Good evening, televiewers. Here we are Saturday, November 9, 2019 for yet another edition of the NN Forum, the platform for inspiration, for motivation, where we discuss the little things that make a big difference in life. Today we are going to be talking about a little phrase, we need to talk. What does it ring? What does it tell you when you get somebody tell you on phone, maybe, we need to talk? We cannot go on with this program without apologizing for last week. This program was supposed to run, this theme was supposed to be for last week edition, but for some circumstances far beyond our control, we couldn't go live. So we had to carry on with a replay of a previous edition of the NN Forum. Welcome to the NN Forum, where we talk about the little things that make a big difference in life. Amadou Bouna, bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Mr. Ndachi.
You're welcome to the NN Forum.
Merci, c'est toujours un plaisir d'être là.
Okay.
Mesdames et messieurs, chers téléspectateurs, bonsoir et vous faites bien de nous suivre encore ce samedi soir. Comme disait Mr. Ndachi, on s'excuse pour la semaine dernière. Le programme n'a pas pu être là pour
en live.
Voilà, en live. Pour des, comment les policiers disaient souvent ça,
des raisons
indépendantes de notre bonne volonté. Voilà. Voilà, nous n'avons pas pu être en live avec vous samedi passé. Voilà, et ce samedi on est là et aujourd'hui on va parler d'une phrase très complexe, une phrase très compliquée,
problématique en même temps.
Problématique, une phrase que vous connaissez sans doute très bien et elle est très fréquente dans le couple. Les couples adorent cette phrase. Il faut qu'on parle.
On a assez dit.
On a assez dit. Voilà. Ce soir, vous et nous, on a assez dit. Vraiment, c'est un plaisir d'être encore là ce soir. C'est un plaisir d'être encore là ce soir. Et nous sommes très contents que vous soyez encore nombreux à nous regarder.
Okay.
Et ce soir, on va vraiment discuter, Mr. Ndachi. On a assez dit.
On a assez dit. La phrase est problématique, mais pour dire vrai, on a assez dit. Madame Lingo, let me welcome you to the NN Forum once again.
How are you doing? Very much. I'm not very okay, but I'm gonna be fine.
It will be okay.
I'm sure before I leave this studio, I should be fine.
We have.
Because I should not be surrounded with very handsome men by me. And
at the end of it, you go back home with a face that is twisted.
Exactly.
That just won't happen.
I know I am leaving here today fine, okay. Especially because you guys are here and our televiewers are out there too. Good evening, and we are welcoming you people to yet another edition. It's really an awesome talk we're going to have today. A phrase which we've all been using. It sounds so normal to us, but which poses a lot of problems and brings in and leaves lots of worries unsolved.
Okay.
Yes, because of certain things that we say when
you use that expression, exactly. we need to talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you use that expression, you realize that at the end of the day, you don't even talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is, you find yourself.
You talk, but you don't talk. Yeah.
Sometimes there are some expressions you use when we're on this platform. You know, I come here and I always want to get them. You use the expression, we need to talk.
Yeah.
You sit down to talk, but you leave
Finally,
without talking. So this brings us to something. This particular expression, like he said, it is very common. We use this expression often. That is when there is a problem between people, between individuals. You have that, you want to air out your mind. The next thing you do, you pick up your phone and call the person and say, all right, we need to talk.
And it's always, it's rather unfortunate that you who says you want to talk, you really want to talk. You
want to talk. But the problem now is how you initiate the talk.
They talk. And then the kind of impression you create in the person you want to talk with.
So exactly.
It turns out so complicated.
For our apology, we are going to take this piece of music, just the time for us to calm down. Those who have been boiling because we didn't have a live broadcast of the program last week, we're going to calm down our spirits with this small piece of music. When we come back, we shall be looking at the expression, we need to talk.
La famille, l'amour est si pour avoir, je ne savais pas. Sincèrement, il a béni mes jours, je ne suis plus dans le noir. Now I got my lover, now I got my sugar, my melody on top this letter. Baby, I go prayer. Mes amis me demandent, ma chérie, quel est ton secret? Je chérie, quel est ton secret? Je le dirai que c'est. Mon chéri, je suis dans la joie, je suis plus dans le noir qui m'a fait ça. Quand je suis dans tes bras, je ressens plus le froid qui peut faire ça. Yeah. Toi, 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 toi. Toi, 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 toi. Blessings for my life, finally, oh, I don't fall in love. My baby, I go stay by your side, oh, I don't fall in love. I'm always one call away, call me, I run up right away. Nobody scatter me and you nobody shatter.
All right, you're welcome back to the NN Forum. You know, last week we didn't run this program live, and we received a message from somebody. The message read, this is what the person said. There was supposed to be a talk this week, and up to this point, we had a rebroadcast of a previous edition, and up to this point, nobody is saying nothing on the NN Forum. And the person ended the SMS by saying, so we need to talk. When are we talking? Here we are today to talk, and the talk we are talking is not the talk we know when you invite somebody by saying we need to talk. We just want to understand situations that bring people to use the expression we need to talk, why that expression is a problem, and what other alternatives do we have inviting somebody on the table when we need to talk out something, when we have to discuss out something. Because whenever we stand out to tell somebody we need to talk, it means there is something that is at stake.
Yeah.
We invite this person with the intention to be able to resolve a situation.
Exactly.
But generally we use this phrase and we find ourselves in a very difficult situation. I'm going to share another SMS here, sent to us by somebody who shared an experience, and that person was asking if, because she said, I actually used the expression, we have to. We have to talk, and it didn't turn out right.
Okay.
So she was asking if the problem was a statement, or it is just that things were not supposed to work.
Okay.
I don't know if I should begin with Mr. Buna, or let me start with you, Mr. Buna. Pouvez-vous nous dire quelle est cette situation qui peut amener quelqu'un à vouloir parler avec quelqu'un et l'appel au téléphone dit on a à se dire? Dans quelle situation
Disons qu'il y a plusieurs situations, mais toutes partent d'un sentiment unique. C'est quand vous avez l'impression qu'il y a une incompréhension. Je préfère dire l'impression parce que parfois ce n'est pas toujours vérifié. Quand vous dites à quelqu'un il faut qu'on parle, voilà. Ça part d'une situation où vous dites vous avez l'impression de n'avoir pas été compris. En général. Maintenant dans les détails, voilà. Maintenant dans les détails, ça peut être que vous vous sentez trahi, vous vous sentez offensé, vous vous sentez abusé. Voilà. Mais en général, en gros, c'est qu'il y a une incompréhension. C'est-à-dire vous pensez que la manière dont la personne a posé un acte ou a répondu à quelque chose ou a fait quelque chose n'est pas ce que vous auriez ou ce que vous attendiez de la personne. Et comme je dis, il y a dans des sous-cases. Ça peut être que la personne a fait cette chose ou a dit cette chose. Et dans les sous-cases, ça peut être que ça nuit à votre business, ça nuit à votre amour propre, vous vous sentez insulté, ça nuit à votre relation, ça nuit à votre fierté, à vous ou à votre amour propre. Ça perturbe la vision que vous aviez de cette personne ou l'idée que vous avez de cette personne. Mais ça, c'est des sous-cases. Mais en gros, c'est que il se pose un acte. Il y a eu quelqu'un, la personne dont vous invitez à dialoguer, à poser un acte que vous estimez ne pas être juste. Donc, en général, quand on dit il faut qu'on parle, en gros, c'est le grand dialogue national qui s'annonce.
And the problem is
voilà, et comme le grand dialogue national, ça veut dire que on se comprend pas.
On se comprend pas. Et
Voilà, il faut qu'on se recentre le débat et qu'on se comprenne. Voilà. Donc généralement, ça part d'une frustration. D'une frustration. Mais comme je dis, en gros, c'est une incompréhension. Mais ça peut bien être une frustration ou bien un mépris. C'est-à-dire, vous avez un partenaire d'affaires. Voilà. Et à un moment, vous avez l'impression qu'il vous méprise ou bien qu'il ne vous respecte pas. Quand je dis un partenaire d'affaires, ça peut bien être votre femme. Parce que
exactly. Because when we talk of inviting somebody, we need to talk. It may be your love relationship in the couples. It may be something that has to do with professional, your sister. Because exactly the case we are talking about here is somebody who has a problem with the sister, and she took it upon her to invite the sister. And so we have to talk, and it didn't turn out right. And her problem was like,
à moins que ce ne soit, comment dire ça, une vanne ou de la comédie, pour dire en gros, on dit pas à quelqu'un, nous devons parler pour féliciter la personne.
Yeah, actually, when you invite someone, we need to talk. It is not all about the
Quand tu dis à quelqu'un que nous devons parler, ce n'est pas pour dire à la personne bravo pour ce que tu as fait, non. C'est que quand tu dis, voilà, quand tu dis nous devons parler, c'est que quelque part tu te sens blessé. Quelque part tu as l'impression, il y a une incompréhension, c'est-à-dire que la personne a posé un acte que tu estimes qu'il ne devrait pas poser cet acte. Ou ça peut être de manière répétitive parce que ça dépend des gens.
Tu
peux poser un acte une seule fois, quelqu'un laisse passer, et quand ça revient 3, 4, 5 fois, là il faut qu'on parle. Et les femmes adorent cette expression que les hommes n'aiment pas. Quand dit à un homme, il faut qu'on parle.
And something follows. I know this topic he is really going to lead us in this topic today, because I know we were talking about the situation where you invite somebody, we need to talk. We need to talk. It may be in your couple, it may be in your professional environment, it may be among friends and stuff like that. But I know most often this expression comes with couples. This guy you see here is somebody who is he loves talking about couples, and I think he's going to elaborate more on this expression.
There is no way he talks here without
talking about couple relationship and stuff like that. Today we have a topic. You are going to talk more on that, and let me come back to you.
Thank you.
This expression is a problem, and we use it often. We just don't know the impact of using this expression. We need to talk.
Exactly.
So what are those situations, according to you, from your own perspective, that can bring somebody to call and say we need to talk?
Thank you very much again. I think that this expression, I have been a victim of it. Yes, I have used it as well as others have used it on me. And
thank God you have seen it from both ends.
Yes, I've seen it from both ends, and when you use it, there is always a reaction, and when they use it on you, there is
you have a way to react to that expression.
The instances where I've used this expression has been, in situations where I hurt somebody. I feel I've hurt somebody, and yes, there's something I've done wrong to somebody, or maybe there is a problem, or maybe a misunderstanding between I and someone that we really need to sit and talk. And mind you, I initiated the talk too wrongly, and anyway, I thank God that the talk was kind of successful. And then secondly, people use these phrases when you wrong them. You get the point. It's either you hurt them or they hurt you. Yes, especially when they hurt you. So somebody, it's like, we need to talk. When you say we need to talk, already I start shivering, because the phrases so far, people have received these phrases from, most often I'm scared. I'm like, is everything okay?
Like he said it. Once you get that expression, somebody calls you and tells you we need to talk. It is not to call and clap and say,
no. It's never for a good talk. It's never for a good talk. It's always we need to talk. The few times people have used, or someone has used this on me, I was already very scared, and I kept asking myself,
what is
coming
what
up?
Is
what is up? What are we talking about? What did I do?
That's the question that comes there. Once you're told we need to talk, it comes to your mind automatically, but what have I done again? Sometimes you say again.
Yes. What did I do? What is the talk all about? Okay. if it is because of these things that
you start imagining things that you said or did, which you never see as a problem.
Yeah, if it's because of this thing I did, okay, when he says it, this is what I'm going to say. And if it's because of this thing which I did, if he says so or if she says so, this is what I'm going to say in response. So you discover that people use these phrases oftenly when there is a problem, when there is a misunderstanding, and they need to really come, sit down and talk. But most at times the phrase, just as I said at the beginning of this program, that you sit down and then at the end of the day you end up not
sit down with the intention
talking.
to talk, but you end up not talking.
Yeah, you end up not talking.
So when she says you sit down to talk and end up not talking, it's like you come and you have your lips sealed. No, you speak out.
Yeah, you speak
but
a lot.
The essence of you sitting down to talk, you don't achieve it. That's what we actually mean here by you sit down to talk, at the end you don't talk. We are going to take a transition. When we come back, we'll look at why this expression is a problem.
Monsieur Naché, oui, avant la transition, je voulais mentionner quelque chose que je crois qu'elle a dit et qui est aussi important. C'est-à-dire que parfois, et ça arrive rarement, quand on dit à quelqu'un, nous devons, il faut qu'on parle, nous avons à se dire. Rarement, c'est quelqu'un qui estime qu'il a offensé quelqu'un et qui voudrait se pardonner.
Effectivement.
C'est un cas rare qui arrive souvent, c'est-à-dire que j'estime avoir fait du mal à un ami, à un proche, et je l'appelle pour lui dire, s'il te plaît, il faut qu'on parle.
On a assez dit.
On a assez dit. Mais c'est un cas très rare. Généralement, quand quelqu'un te dit, on a assez dit, il estime que toi, tu as fait une erreur à son égard.
Tu as posé un acte
à son égard, et il faut qu'il te dise, il faut qu'il te corrige, il faut qu'il te ramène. Mais il y a aussi des cas où tu peux estimer que ce que tu as fait n'est pas bien
et tu appelles la personne, tu lui dis, là, cette expression, on n'utilise pas. Voilà.
Oui, et c'est rare, quelques rares personnes douées de bon sens de fond, mais c'est rare de dire il faut qu'on pose, parce que toi tu estimes avoir offensé la personne et tu voudrais qu'on en parle. Généralement c'est toujours quand on pense que l'autre nous a offensé. Et il faut qu'on le ramène sur le droit chemin parce qu'on croit toujours détenir la sagesse. Il faut qu'on le ramène sur le droit chemin. Il faut qu'on parle. Et les femmes connaissent très bien. Parce que quand une femme te dit qu'il faut qu'on parle, ce n'est jamais romantique. Ce n'est pas. Il faut qu'on parle.
Just the way you're told on phone, we need to talk.
We need to talk.
The tone of the
at
voice.
times, yes, that's what I was just about coming to. That at times the tone matters. Just because I cannot just like, hello, please. We need to talk. And already you start thinking, but I'm kind of, hello, please, we need to talk. The tone too is always good to, first of all, you kind of imagine the tone. Even from even if it's just a text, there are ways, yes, you could read it over and over and over again to try to see, okay, to soften it, to see if there is a kind of a soft tone, or if, is it a good talk, or is it going not to be a good talk? Because the moment you just read it and then you understand it your own way, or the moment you get what the person has said and then you try to put it your own way, you discover that already you start putting things in your mind that will not help that talk.
Okay.
Yes, that will not help the talk to be fruitful.
All right, this brings us back to the platform. We're going to take a transition. When we come back, it would be time for us to understand the problem behind this expression and why we should stop using the expression we need to talk, because this expression generally ends up without you talking. Transition. Alright, you're welcome back to the NN Forum. Like we always say, this platform we do talk about the little things that make a big difference in life. On this platform we do inspire, we motivate, and trust me, every time you get inspired, every time you get motivated, things keep getting better. That is what we do on this platform. Today we are talking about an expression, a small thing that has always have a great impact in our interpersonal relationships. You know, human beings are created social beings, and every time we need communication to be able to maintain our relationships.
Exactly.
But this expression is one that is common among us, but it has a very big consequence, and the consequence generally is not positive. Why is this expression a problem? This time I want to begin with you, Madam.
Ladies before gentlemen.
Ladies before gentlemen. I have been going gentleman before lady. Let me correct that error. I will start with the lady and then I come back to the gentleman.
Exactly.
What is the problem with this expression? We need to talk.
Well, Dashi, thanks again. I think the expression may look as if there is no problem with it.
Okay.
But it's a whole problem. Yes, the expression alone is a problem. I think just as you said, there is no way you can live happily, you can live without problems, and there is no dialogue.
Okay.
Yes. Whether it's sour, whether it's sweet, dialogue is always recommended 100%. Now, when we are talking about dialogue too, it's not just about coming and then you rant, or you come and then you say things which will either hurt or which will either not solve a problem. So I think when people use this expression, we need to talk. If you have a kind of misunderstanding with someone, or if you need someone to come to the table for you to talk, even something positive, it may not just be negative. Okay. Yes, we are just encouraging our listeners or our viewers out there that they should try to avoid this expression, we need to talk. Because the moment you invite someone to the table with this expression, using this phrase, we need to talk, you spoil everything. Yes, you spoil everything. If the person is coming, the person may just come in because, okay, someone who loves dialogue. But that person is coming already with a prepared mind. And you know, when you are going to even though we are not saying that you should be going to a dialogue table with nothing in your mind.
The moment you are being told we need to talk, there is an issue, and you go prepared, but the problem is how prepared you are, how you prepare yourself for that talk.
Exactly. Because many people instead prepare themselves negatively.
Yes, they're prepared to defend themselves, to defend their position.
I think that's the word. Yes, they want to defend, they want to come out right, they want to go with
they want
the
to
argument
win.
of force. Yes. Not they don't, you know, instead of bringing the force of the argument, they want to bring in the argument of force. They say, okay, if truly this is why he's calling me, or this is why she's calling me, or if this is why they are calling me, okay, when I get there, once they say this, I am going to say this, and if they say this, I'm going to say this. Already when you go with that kind of a mind you, the probability for you to have a positive result from the talk that you are going to have, it's very, very slim.
Okay.
Yes, it's very, very slim. So it's always good to kind of use an alternative, which I believe before the end of this program, before the end of this edition of our program today, we are actually going to tell our viewers out there some of those tips, some of those expressions that they should rather use than using the expression we need to talk. Because we need to talk. When you tell somebody we need to talk, the person is kind of, just as you said, the person comes with already a kind of defended, with mind already kind of very defended, that okay, if this is what they're going to say, this is what I'm going to say, and at the end of the day, nothing works.
You don't talk.
Yes, you don't talk. You come to talk, but you don't talk, which is very, very detrimental, and you discover that the problem keeps aggravating. I have a friend who used to tell me that when you have a problem with someone, don't sleep over it. Make sure you solve that problem with that person before the next cock crows. But when you say, okay, when you already invite that person and then the person comes with that kind of mind, at the end of the day, you people don't talk. And you know, as people are leaving, you don't know when
you meet again.
You meet again to talk, and you see the problem keeps aggravating.
Keep pushing the problem, and it grows with time.
It grows with time. So that expression, we need to talk, I think it's rather salty and something different.
Hardly solves the issue.
Yes, it hardly solves the issue.
Gentlemen.
Yes.
On a se dit.
Disons.
C'est quoi le problème avec cette expression? On a à se dire.
Déjà, c'est une expression, je dirais, que je ne sais pas si le mot existe, mais je peux m'expliquer, inquisitoire. C'est-à-dire que, enfin, je voulais parler de l'inquisition. C'est-à-dire que lorsque quelqu'un te dit, on a assez dit, indirectement, la personne est déjà en train de t'accuser d'avoir fait quelque chose.
Yeah.
Et on a assez dit, voudrait donc dire qu'il faut que tu t'expliques sur la bêtise ou sur l'erreur que tu as commise. Et c'est pour ça que c'est une expression à problème ou bien problématique.
Yeah.
Déjà parce que on n'aime pas savoir ou se rendre compte qu'on a fait une erreur. Donc dès que quelqu'un te dit on a assez dit,
oui, c'est dans nous, hein.
Psychologiquement tu te dis j'ai encore fait quoi? J'ai fait une erreur. Et tu peux être conscient de ce que tu as fait ou ne pas être conscient. Mais tu te dis s'il faut qu'on cause, ok, causons. On va causer. Et on se retrouve au grand
avec
dialogue.
l'intention de me défendre, de m'assurer que je gagne.
Quand on part au grand dialogue, on ne part pas pour perdre. On part chacun, on part avec les arguments. Chacun part en sachant qu'il a raison et que l'autre a tort. Même celui qui a tort prépare des justificatifs pour dire que j'avais raison d'avoir tort. C'est là c'est tout ce qui tourne autour. Dès que tu dis à quelqu'un, il faut qu'on parle. Même si la personne sait qu'elle a tort, la personne commence à préparer des arguments pour justifier son tort.
And that's where the problem comes in, because you know what we are trying to say here. The moment you invite somebody by saying we need to talk, you put that person in a situation where that person begins to ask, but what have I done? What might I have said, and things like that. Coming to the table, the person is coming for what we call positional bargaining. That is, the person wants to defend him or herself before you rather than solving the issue. You actually invite that person with the intention, maybe because you want a situation to be sorted out, but you invite the person wrongly, because you know, when we talk of communication, when we talk of dialogue, it is important. But how you do it, how you initiate your dialogue, how you carry on with the dialogue, and how you end the dialogue is very important. Because we talked of an SMS here that was sent to us, analyzing that what the lady explained here. First, what we could pick out was a problem with how she initiated, how it unfolded, because I actually could see a problem with the way their discussion. Yeah, because she in the SMS, even though we are going to summarize it, it was quite long. In the course of the discussion, it was all problems. And the way it ended, it was a problem. And trust me, she told me at the end of it, we spent about an hour 30. And we separated without solving the issue. Maybe I read this SMS and then we see what this lady was saying, because her problem is this. I have an issue with my elder sister. My first child lives with this woman. And reports kept coming. And this issue with my child brought us to a situation whereby we fell apart. And there came a moment I thought maybe we actually have to talk out things and put things right. She is my sister. We can't go for this long without talking to each other. Then I called her on phone and I told her we have to talk. Here we need to talk, but her statement is we have to talk. We met, we talked for about 1 hour 30, and I had to leave in anger. Till this day, the problem has not been solved. Is it because of the expression I used at the beginning, we have to talk, or it is just simply because my sister refuses to understand certain things? You know, when I read through this SMS, because I actually wrote to the person concerned, and I told her the first thing is you don't just point fingers. She said she refuses to understand certain things. I don't know if this lady writing actually understands certain things herself before pointing a finger at the sister. But I must tell you, we have to talk. That was already a problem.
It was already a problem.
The sister, from all that she narrated, the sister came prepared. And the discussion was such that she was all about defending herself, her actions
towards the child.
Defended her actions towards the child, trying to make the sister who is complaining understand that she was
wrong.
Yes. And the sister too is trying to make her understand this, that about the child. It just didn't work, because they both of them came and they were like, they had taken positions.
Already.
And each of them was trying to impose their position on the other. And then the person who invited the other at one moment got angry and left. Because she says, I got angry and I left. Till this day, we have not sorted out the issue. You see, that expression already initiating the talk.
It actually kind of ignited the problem. I think that's what I was saying, because when the sister was coming, she already knew why
she was coming,
and she already knew why the other lady was calling her for them to have a talk. But if she had just kind of said something like, please, can we meet?
Big sis,
yes, big sis, can we meet? There is maybe something I want to share with you.
I like that expression, share.
Yeah, there's something I want to share with you. And then the sister is coming, okay, my young sister has something to share with me. What can that be? So when your sister comes to the table now, and
it can be money, and anything.
Yeah,
but the moment you use that expression, I have something I want to share with you, it is subtle. Compared to telling that person we need to talk.
Yeah, very, very subtle.
Je crois qu'il y a aussi quelque chose dont on passe à côté et qui est même qui est assez complexe, c'est l'émotion. Parce qu'en fait, ce qui fait souvent problème dans la phrase il faut qu'on parle, ce n'est pas la phrase en elle-même.
C'est la façon.
C'est-à-dire, a priori, on croit que c'est la phrase en elle-même, mais si on regarde très loin, pour des gens qui font des études en art dramatique, c'est l'émotion qu'il y a derrière qui crée problème.
Exactly.
C'est donc la manière dont on dit. Et c'est difficile de contrôler cette émotion à moins qu'on ne soit un bon comédien ou une bonne comédienne. Parce que comme je le disais tantôt, généralement c'est une expression qui sort à un moment où on pense qu'on a raison et que l'autre a tort. C'est-à-dire, on pense que l'autre nous a fait du mal et il faut qu'on réorganise les choses. Et du coup, lorsque vous avez lorsque vous partez sur cette base, l'émotion qui accompagne la phrase est capitale, est dangereuse, parce que cette émotion laisse entrevoir à celui qui vous écoute qu'il y a automatiquement un problème. Parce que, comme je disais tantôt, ta femme ne va jamais te dire il faut qu'on cause. Non, c'est tout. Il faut qu'on cause.
Yeah, because you know.
Il faut qu'on cause. Et, tu vois, et dès que tu l'émotion, l'intonation, tu sens que la personne en colère, il y a un problème. Oh, mais si quelqu'un te dit aussi calmement, aussi gentil, c'est comment? Donc il faut qu'on cause. Là, tu
you initiate the talking with something. That is something that comes before. You have spent some time talking and smiling and laughing, and then you tell that person on phone like a joke. You know, I was forgetting something. We need to talk.
Yes, you've used it, but this way in a positive way.
So he has brought in a very important aspect, which is emotion.
Yeah.
This expression itself may not be the problem, but the thing is, it always comes when there is that emotion, and when it is accompanied with that hard emotion, that tough emotion.
Exactly, that's when the problem.
It brings out that issue of that the problem we are trying to point out here, because the moment it is boiling in you, you think of that expression, we need to talk. The way you say it, it is not like something you've had an issue with somebody and you first of all call that person, you're talking with the person, you discuss some other things, you're laughing, and then in the course of your joking, you just tell the person, we really need to talk.
There is something we need to talk.
The person takes it just lightly, and when they come say, actually you told me, we said on phone we need to talk. Sometimes you say it passes just like
that,
It is later on the person will draw your attention to tell you, you said something, we need to talk. What is it all about? You say, no, forget about it. What is your program tomorrow? You say, okay, tomorrow I think I will be at this place, by this time I'll be free. So what do you want me to do? Okay, let's take an appointment for this day, and whatever thing we have to, we see what. That person comes. He comes with an impression that no.
There is nothing that we're just going to discuss maybe some kind of very light issues, and then.
Tu vois, mais là il faut avoir ce que on dit souvent dans les sciences humaines ou dans l'art de la conversation, c'est de la manipulation. Il faut être capable de manipuler, parce que les gens qui arrivent à faire ça, c'est des gens qui contrôlent leurs émotions.
Effectivement.
Ils savent que ce que je vais te dire est grave, mais ils trouvent le moyen de t'annoncer ça pour que tu viennes sans te préparer à la défensive.
Sans te mettre,
sans te mettre sur la défensive. Il ne va jamais te le dire au moment où il est vraiment en colère. Il réalise le fait, comme on se disait plus haut, il s'est dit, ma femme, mon mari, mon ami, mon fils m'a offensé. Et c'est peut-être la deuxième fois, c'est peut-être la cinquième fois, ou bien il ne l'a jamais fait, il ne faut même pas qu'il continue. Alors il se dit, il faut qu'on règle le problème. Mais quelqu'un qui est assez avancé dans les sciences sociales, qui comprend la psychologie ou bien la sociologie, il va se dire, et qui contrôle ses émotions, il va se dire, si j'appelle là maintenant, la personne va sentir qu'il y a un problème et il va se mettre sur la défensive. Alors, il va te dire ça avec une émotion plus douce, avec une intonation plus amicale, pour ne pas te donner à l'avance
l'impression qu'il y a un problème grave.
Il va juste te dire, tu fais quoi demain? Il faut qu'on discute un peu. Tu sais, ça fait un boom. Tu vois, il va te dire ça de manière douce. Et là, c'est déjà, on entre dans l'art de la manipulation. C'est-à-dire, tu sais que tu vas reprocher quelque chose à quelqu'un.
Mais tu amènes la personne à
venir c'est même la personne qui t'encourage à parler de ce dont tu voulais qu'on parle.
You put the person in the situation where the person is like, I just can't wait
to hear what you
have to tell me. Exactly.
Yeah.
At one moment you try to withdraw, the person is the one that is pushing you to bring out that thing. You told me we need to talk. What is it all about? Please.
You know, I remember there was this pastor who once said that how you say something is more important
than what you say.
What you want, you have to say.
Okay.
Yes, how you say that thing. So, just like what he said, he about you know, the kind of emotions you attach when you're inviting somebody to the table. Yes, I think it tells a lot. It tells a lot. Yeah, because if you invite me with a kind of you know, the kind of rage, okay, I'm just going to kind of develop mine too and calm.
Okay.
But if I say that you invite me in a very subtle way, even if we have a problem, even if I know there is a problem, or even if I know why you are calling me for us to talk already, you know, there is a frame of mind that I will be coming with. But if you kind of, okay, we need to, in fact, it's either I don't come, or I also come prepared
to defend your position.
Yes, and to prove that I am also right, or what I did was right. Take for example, like the SMS from the lady about the sister. If the lady was kind of just invited her and maybe said, okay, please, there is something I would like to share with you about John. You know, when she comes to the table now, you know, you could even start by blaming the child.
Yeah,
you start by blaming the child. You know, it's just that parents nowadays, I am also talking from the standpoint of a teacher. You know, we have had situations in school where, you know, children nowadays, I don't want to say they are very canny, but permit me use that word, because back at home they pretend as if they are not what they are in school.
Yeah.
Yes, we have had situations where a parent will come to school and say, no, my child cannot do this. Yes, my child, you know, when your child leaves with you, there are certain things that child cannot do. But allow that child to go and live with another person. There are certain things about your child that you don't know. There are certain habits about of a child that the child may not. That children, you know, children being who they are, they cannot come out clearly with those attitudes when they are with their parents. Come and see them when they are with their friends, or come and see them when they are in school. Yes, so I think that lady was just kind of supposed to, you know, start by, I know children are like this. She starts first of all by blaming her own child. You blame your own child very well.
But the main problem is just that, like from what she wrote,
pushing it to the other lady and kind of, okay, this is how you treated my child, and really from the way she initiated the talk and from the way the talk progressed, I don't think anything good would have really come out of it.
Yeah, because the initiation was first of all a problem. It may not be the lone reason why it didn't work out,
yes,
but just that initiation was not the right
and then the
approach.
The
process itself, because the moment you initiate poorly, you invite the other person, that person comes with that defensive mindset. Whatever thing you're saying, that person wants to prove to you that they are right. You are struggling to prove to that person that you are right. You say you take your positions. Instead of looking at the root cause of a problem, you want to defend.
You refuse your weaknesses, because, you know, I've seen a situation where a problem comes up. You know, when you listen to that problem as a third party, you discover that all of them are refusing to accept their weaknesses.
Exactly.
There are places where they felt that, but, you know, they keep shifting the blame to the other person and thinking that there is no way that I can have a problem with you. And then I think that I have no weakness in that problem. Yes, there is a way, there is a place I went wrong. Yes, I remember a friend of mine came and explained a certain problem to me at one time. After explaining, I told her that, you know what you're going to do? She said no. I said, I will prefer you go back and right your own wrongs in that problem, because when I look at this problem, this is where you went wrong, this is where you went wrong, this is where you went wrong. So if you really want this problem to be solved, start back by looking at looking at the wrongs and then your own wrongs, and then see how you can solve them. The moment you solve them and things are not still the way you want them to be, okay, you leave it at that point. Your conscience is clear. And if this lady had right the wrongs that I wanted her to, that problem would have been solved. But it's just that, she was kind of rejecting, she was kind of refusing. She had already taken her position, as you talked of bargaining.
Positional bargaining.
Positional bargaining. Good.
When you turn out for positional bargaining, you come ready. And this is what I want, this or nothing. We refuse to make concessions.
Which is not.
Once we say this is it, we stand by it.
Exactly.
Whatever thing comes. Simply because we were prepared to come and defend ourselves rather than sorting out a problem.
Yeah.
That is where we have our problem with this expression. We need to talk, and it is not just the expression, it goes with the emotions. One of the reasons why you see sometimes I always say, when you find yourself in that situation where it is boiling in you, all that you have to say, maybe this is something I'll tell the viewers here, whenever you are faced with a challenge, I want to call it a challenge.
Okay.
You have a problem with somebody. Whatever thing that comes to your mind you intend to tell that person, write it down.
Okay.
Keep it. Come back after 4-6 hours.
Really?
You will edit that text.
You'll be ashamed.
You will edit the text. Type your text, don't send it. Leave it in your phone. Come back after 4-6 hours. You will edit the text, just like he was saying. Emotion is something.
I think I've been
the moment you send it with that emotion, it's just like you call on the phone with your emotions and you say, we need to talk. You have already put that person in that situation where the person is coming for positional bargaining.
Exactly.
Type your text. Keep it.
Don't say.
Come back after 4 hours when the adrenaline has gone down. You will read that same text, you will not believe you're the one that wrote it. You will edit the text, you will be soft.
It's very true.
And once en français on dit que la colère est mauvaise conseillère.
Voilà. And the moment you become soft in the way you present the situation, you put the other person in a position where the person sees a challenge that has to be overcome. Not putting you don't put the person in a situation where the person wants to come and prove a point.
Beautiful.
You're coming to sort out an issue, not to prove a point. Trying to prove your point is
not
going for positional bargaining. And trust me, whenever you stand out for positional bargaining,
that's not
the person that wins is the person that is strong. If you're not strong, you will never win. And that's why you see sometimes.
But the moment you come with the mind of solving a problem, you leave the table satisfied. I'm satisfied, you're satisfied. Everything
because it's all about looking for a consensus where you separate with an understanding. And you know, okay, I went wrong at this point. This person actually acknowledged, because you know when you point out something to someone, the person says, oh, well, I'm sorry.
Is this what I really did? This what I but you know when you come really with that mind, with that defensive mind, it's very, very difficult for you to see your errors.
You don't even see it.
You don't.
I mean, no matter
how much the person tries to point out, you're like, no, you're saying this now because you want to. They say give a dog a bad name so that I can easily hang it.
Exactly.
I know you're saying this because you want to nail me. I know you're saying this because. So it's.
Le problème n'est même pas de venir à la discussion et reconnaître tes erreurs. Je crois le problème véritable est du côté de la personne qui instruit le dialogue. Tu vois, qui demande le dialogue. La façon dont on demande le dialogue.
Voilà pourquoi on parle de l'initiation.
Voilà. La façon dont on initie le dialogue. Cette phrase, il faut qu'on parle. On a assez dit. Elle est problématique parce qu'elle s'initie toujours et généralement dans un cadre avec une émotion, mais avec un sentiment de pas de supériorité mais de raison. C'est-à-dire que la personne qui te dit il faut qu'on parle, elle est déjà convaincue dans sa tête que
yes, that is right.
Voilà,
qu'elle a raison. Et la personne t'appelle pour t'expliquer tes torts. La personne t'appelle pour te dire.
Ou bien pour que tu t'expliques.
Voilà. Pour te présenter tes torts, pour que tu t'expliques, pour te dire que tu as fait ça, tu as fait ça, tu as fait ça, et ce n'est pas bon. pourquoi tu as fait ça.
Exactement.
Et c'est pour ça que dès que tu dis à quelqu'un, il faut qu'on parle, la personne se prépare à se défendre. La personne se prépare à se défendre, la personne se prépare à s'expliquer. Or, ce n'est pas forcément parce que tu as mal perçu ce que la personne a fait. Que la personne l'a fait avec une mauvaise intention ou que ce que la personne a fait est mauvaise. Et je crois que la phrase il faut qu'on parle, Ministre Tutol, deviendrait une phrase banale, normale, si les gens prenaient, comme tu disais tantôt, 5 minutes avant de prononcer la phrase. C'est-à-dire au moment où tu estimes que ceux-là ont tort, tu n'invites pas directement la personne au dialogue.
Tu prends le temps.
Tu prends le temps
de digérer, laisser les émotions baisser.
Laisser les émotions passer et dire à la personne maintenant, il faut qu'on cause. Parfois, même quand tu laisses le temps passer, tu peux te rendre compte que
même ce que
il n'y a pas lieu de causer. Tu vois? Voilà. Mais bon, c'est vrai que parfois il faut aussi battre le fer quand il est un peu chaud.
Ouais.
Oui, parce que
yes, there are some people by nature, if you talk to them softly.
Non, il y a des situations où dès que tu sens qu'il y a un problème, il faut rapidement aller au dialogue. Par exemple, dans le couple.
Exactement.
Okay.
Quand il y a un problème, il faut directement aller au dialogue. Il ne faut pas laisser passer 2, 3, 5 jours avant de dire après, il faut qu'on cause.
No. Yeah, but at least you can leave some hours to flow because you know, like you're talking about couples. Yeah, with couples, most especially, you see, they talk of domestic violence regularly. When I listen to people talk about this particular topic, to me, it's a real problem, but our approach to the problem is a wrong one. From my own perspective, I'm saying it from my own perspective because we often come out of it pointing fingers. But trust me, it always starts from somewhere.
Yeah.
You will hear of, because I've heard of a story where a lady killed the husband. We have heard of situations where men beat and kill their wives.
Exactly.
We go by pointing fingers. Sometimes when these things happen, it is unfortunate that they do happen. We try to find out the root cause of it. Because once you understand in one couple, it can be the same. Just imagine you get up in the morning and you tell your husband, I need 1,000 francs. The way you ask for the 1,000 francs can be the root cause of it all.
Exactly.
Sometimes you ask softly, but the way he tells you he doesn't have, it becomes a problem because you feel like the way this man is telling me is that he has the money, but he just doesn't want to give me.
Yeah.
And then you start like, you must give me. Progressively, it starts with that, I need 1,000 francs. No, I don't have money.
Did you give me any 1,000?
Did you give me any money?
Just get one, come on.
I need 1,000
francs. Did I walk overnight?
It starts from there. And then the tension keeps rising to the point where you will see they stand up and then
words and then from there
blows. And then blows come in.
Yeah.
Once that happens, we forget about the root cause. We say, oh, violence. And then we want to polish it from the surface, forgetting to know that you have to actually go down deep and look at it. So emotions, like you were saying in couples, sometimes you have to actually put things there and iron them out.
Yeah.
But when you see it boiling, you have to withdraw and let the emotions come down.
Exactly. Yeah, it's always good to kind of one person. Yes.
One person has to bow.
Exactly.
At least for that moment. Bowing is not because you are wrong. It is not because it is simply because you want to bring down the tension. Come back, talk about the issue properly, so that you can understand.
If both of you are kind of up there,
it becomes very difficult. That's why we come back to when we talk of communication. There is initiation, there is the communication process and how you end it. And there is one aspect about the communication process. We often don't listen. This is one big problem. Once you initiate poorly, the next thing is you get to the table, you don't want to listen. You want to talk. You don't want to listen. And listening is not enough. Because sometimes we listen simply because we want to be able to respond. We are not listening because we want to understand, we want to respond. At the moment you put yourself in that situation where you're listening because you want to respond, you'll be responding to defend your position.
Exactly.
But once you seek to understand the other person, at least there will come that moment. Once you understand that, it's just like, imagine you're walking along the street with somebody who is lame. Quelqu'un qui boite. Certainement la personne peut parler assez vite, à ton rythme. That person cannot go at the same speed with you. Actually, You know that the person is lame. The person doesn't go at your speed.
Exactly.
But you fail to understand, because knowing is one thing, understanding is the other
thing.
And once you understand what it means to be lame, you may have to slow down your steps and go at the person's pace. Coming back to say that when it comes to communication, we have to learn to listen. Listening not to respond, but to understand.
Yeah.
And once you get to understand somebody, it becomes very easy.
Yes, very easy. Everything is okay.
Being with somebody is not all about knowing the person. Like they will say, you don't know this person. You don't. Knowing the person is not enough.
How long I don't know this person.
But understanding the person
like
is more important than
very,
just
very
knowing the
important.
person. But you can never understand if you don't know.
Exactly.
You get to know and
before
then you seek to understand.
Yeah.
We'll have to catch our breath with this piece of music. When we come back, we'll push forth with the program. We have been talking for too long. Time for us to take in some oxygen. When we come back, we carry on with our inspiration, our motivation for today.
Je t'aimerai jusqu'à mon dernier souffle. Je t'aimerai jusqu'à mon dernier souffle. Et bah, mon bébé, mon bébé, oh. Mon bébé, mon bébé, oh, dis-le. Mon bébé, toi m'a dit tu l'es. Je veux le dire au monde, tu es ma meilleure. Jusqu'à la gare, ma partenaire. Ton pied, mon pied, jamais solitaire. Ça va. Laisse-moi te dire comment moi je t'aime. Dis-lui. Lidi mama dingo amoko. Te quiero, I love you so. Hoya bam bam, hoya bangle. Magawis when in your sona. Hoya bam, n'oublie jamais que je t'aime. Je t'aimerai jusqu'à mon dernier souffle. 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 Ah, bébé, oh. In your arms is where I wanna be. Every day of my life. This your love, baby. Now until we die. Chérie Coco, this your all over my mouth. Let me go, I'm feeling a tattoo. You know I love you and I fly you. Let me go, I'm feeling a tattoo. Yeah, I swear I love you, I know I fly you.
The camera and the control. Okay, you're welcome back to the NN Forum. Like we always say, on the NN Forum, we talk about the little things that make a big difference in life. You can always send your contribution to us and the numbers that you have on your screen, and by email nc.nnforum@gmail.com. That is the email address through which you can write to us, or you go to our Facebook page and you contact us through the Facebook page, the NN Forum. We have been talking about how you initiate a talk, how you carry on with your talk. The expression "we need to talk," we all agree is a problem. It's a problem simply because once you call someone and tell that person "we need to talk," you put that person in a situation where the person comes with an intention to bargain and win the position, not to sort out an issue. What then are alternatives for us to use in the place of "we need to talk"? If we must stop using the expression "we need to talk," what are the alternatives? Not only that, after you have your dialogue, your talk with the person, there are two outcomes. Either you get to understand yourselves, or you separate without actually agreeing on anything. But how do you end your discussion? Let's begin by looking at the alternatives, these expressions. Or if we have to stop using the expression, we need to talk because it is problematic. What then are the expressions we can use in the place of we need to talk in order to bring somebody to the table, in order for us to talk and sort out an issue, but not bargaining for position. Monsieur Bintouna,
oui,
on doit arrêter d'utiliser l'expression on a assez dit, parce que ça va avec l'émotion et quand c'est couplé avec l'émotion, ça tourne toujours mal.
Oui, je crois que c'est tout un procédé. Ce n'est pas... On peut même garder l'expression on a assez dit, comme je disais tantôt. Oui. Ce qui dérange, c'est l'émotion avec laquelle on dit à quelqu'un on a assez dit. Donc, je crois que ça va, c'est tout un procédé qui inclut ce qu'elle disait tantôt, il faut qu'on partage quelque chose.
Okay.
J'ai un souci que je voudrais partager avec toi, qui est aussi intéressant. C'est moins violent que on a assez dit.
Okay.
Ça va avec ce que tu disais tout à l'heure, laisser passer
le temps,
laisser passer la foudre et se calmer. Donc pour moi c'est tout un procédé, on peut y arriver avec tout un procédé. Et moi je trouve que la chose la plus simple et la plus sympa, c'est inviter quelqu'un à partager quelque chose. Si c'est dans une situation de famille.
Dans le cas où on a l'intention de résoudre un problème, parce qu'il y en a qui invitent avec l'intention je vais gâter, ça va se gâter.
Non, c'est-à-dire qu'il faut bien comprendre que lorsque tu dis à quelqu'un on a à se dire, la personne a peut-être fait quelque chose, mais n'est pas au courant que ce qu'elle a fait est mal ou a nuit à quelqu'un. C'est toi qui as un souci que tu veux régler. Et à partir du moment où c'est toi qui as un souci à régler, il est important pour toi d'être stratégique, de maîtriser un peu, comme je disais tantôt, l'art de la manipulation. Sinon, tu ne vas pas arriver à tes fins. Peu importe l'objectif, ça dit que...
La raison pour laquelle j'ai dit tout à l'heure, parce que des fois quand on invite quelqu'un, on s'est déjà dit, je l'appelle là pour tout gâter.
Voilà, c'est pour ça que j'ai dit...
avec cette intention-là.
Quand tu es déjà dans cette intention, toi-même tu mets des barrages à tes objectifs. Parce que gâter quelque chose n'a jamais servi à quelqu'un. Si tu estimes que ce que mon frère, ma femme, mon mari, mon cousin ou l'autre a fait ne m'a pas fait du bien et que je voudrais en parler avec la personne, c'est pour que cela n'arrive plus, c'est pour ne plus te sentir mal. Donc tu as intérêt à ce que le grand dialogue se passe dans de très bonnes conditions. Et pour qu'un dialogue se passe dans de bonnes conditions, je crois que l'une des vieilles astuces que les politiciens utilisent très bien, et même au dernier grand dialogue qu'on a vu, c'est manger et boire. Lorsque tu invites quelqu'un à manger...
Là, c'est camerounais, ça.
Non, même c'est camerounais, mais ça fonctionne. Quand tu invites quelqu'un à manger et à boire, ça veut dire qu'il y a de la paix. Ça calme l'esprit. Donc moi, c'est pour ça que je disais qu'en famille, ça peut être une invitation à un repas. La femme dont tu parlais tout à l'heure avec sa soeur, si elle avait dit à sa soeur, écoute, je sais que tu adores le bongo, j'ai préparé le bongo, passe à la maison demain. Et puis après avoir bien mangé le bongo et être content, et dire à sa soeur que par rapport à ma John là,
qu'est-ce qu'on... Il s'est passé quoi?
Il s'est passé un truc, bon, depuis là, voilà, on ne se comprend pas, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Tu ne peux pas finir de manger la nourriture de quelqu'un et tu commences les problèmes.
That's very, very true.
Donc, et là, quand la personne finit de bien manger, bien boire, et que tu dis que, écoute, mon fils là, qui est chez toi, il paraît qu'il y a tel souci. Non, la conversation va, peut-être les esprits vont se chauffer plus tard dans la conversation, mais ça va démarrer, voilà, ça va démarrer honnêtement. Dans un couple, surtout les femmes, et elles ne savent pas que les hommes adorent aussi ça, c'est une sortie. C'est-à-dire que tu as un problème avec ton mari ou avec ta femme, au lieu de dire il faut qu'on cause, tu l'invites à sortir demain soir ou après-demain soir dans un petit restaurant. Et pendant qu'elle a bien mangé et qu'elle est contente, tu lui dis chérie, mais tu déranges pas.
Qu'est-ce que j'ai encore fait?
Qu'est-ce que j'ai encore fait?
Non, cette fois-ci on ajoute non.
Voilà,
qu'est-ce que j'ai encore fait, non?
Qu'est-ce que j'ai encore fait, non? Bah, tu sais que l'autre jour, et là tu vas régler le problème.
I think when you just saying it theoretically it sounds good, we laugh, but practically it's difficult. Okay, imagine if you really did something which it hurts you, which you really feel bad. all of what you're saying is going to be very difficult for that to be done.
Yeah, that is when the tension is still very high.
Yes, when the tension is, exactly, when the tension is still very high. Okay, take for example, if you caught her cheating, with that kind of tension, will it ever?
Well, inviting you, we have to go out and you just take it like that.
No, so that's
it's a whole process.
Yes, it's a whole process.
C'est pour ça que je disais tout à l'heure que c'est un procédé. Ce n'est pas parce qu'il faut bien comprendre la situation, c'est qu'il y a un problème et qu'on veut régler. C'est pour ça que je dis que c'est un procédé qui inclut ce que Mr. Ndachi appelait tout à l'heure, laisser passer le diable, c'est-à-dire se calmer d'abord. Parce que si tu n'inclus pas ce procédé, tu n'arrives pas à tes fins. Donc pour me résumer, je dirais peut-être c'est un procédé à 3 étapes qui te permet de contourner cette phrase et d'arriver à tes fins. La première étape, c'est d'abord de laisser passer la colère, comme je disais. La deuxième étape, c'est d'utiliser des expressions ou en général qui tournent autour de ce que tu disais tout à l'heure. Viens demain, je voudrais partager quelque chose avec toi. Et c'est pour ça que je dis la meilleure situation que les politiciens adorent et qui font le centre, c'est d'inviter la personne à manger. Ou à passer un bon moment dans quelque chose, bon je dis à manger, mais ça peut être quelqu'un qui aime le cinéma, ça peut être quelqu'un qui aime nager, qui aime aller aux eaux, tu invites la personne à aller aux eaux. Et puis pendant que la personne est contente, pendant que vous êtes là-bas, et à un moment donc, tu lui dis, je voudrais même partager quelque chose avec toi. Ou tu entames directement le sujet à un moment où tout est bien.
I will share an experience with you. Our father was somebody who was very strict, and you hardly walk up to him and ask for something when you see him moody.
Okay.
You go to him when you see he's talking, laughing. That's when you just pass around and say, "Daddy, I need this." He takes it. Before you know it, he's offering what you need.
Okay.
But when you see him in the mood,
you should be very careful.
All right, so we are actually drawing to the end of this program. We can't leave without making a summary of all that we have been saying. The expression "we need to talk" often comes with problems. It often puts the other person in a position where the person wants to defend themselves. But now, what else? What are the alternatives when we have to avoid using this expression? You just have to be subtle. If you must use the expression "we need to talk," always make sure that your emotions are down. There are 3 stages when it comes to talking. You initiate, and the way your initiation is very important. Once you initiate correctly, the next thing is how you handle the talking proper. Because along the line, things can still turn out sour, bitter. If you come out successful with your talking, that's good. How do you end it? Because that is very important.
Yeah.
If you don't succeed in talking, like the case of this lady who had to leave in anger, how do you suspend the talk? You don't just walk out. You make sure you create an avenue for a next talk. And once you create that avenue, whenever you're inviting that person, the person is coming because, like for example, I think the tension is too high. We don't understand ourselves. Can we put this for some other time so that we can actually calm down? This is what it takes for you to actually get to maintain your relationship with people, not only in couples, with every human being, because communication is at the center of it all. But if you miss it, if you fail in communicating properly, you will fail in your relationship. Here we come to the end of the NN Forum for today. Like we always say, keep sending your suggestions to us, keep sending your contributions to us through the numbers you have on your screen, or you write to us by email, the NN Forum, nc.nnforum@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, the NN Forum. I take the email again, nc.nnforum@gmail.com. Write to us. We'll always make sure we'll get back to you if what you tell us is what requires a response. Bye bye. See you next Saturday for yet another edition of the NN Forum.
See ya.